artists, it's Miss Evans here, and today we are creating a Claude Monet inspired water lily pond with a frog friend. And we are going to have our paper horizontal, which means a long way across. We're going to start with pencil. If you have a Sharpie and you want to outline with it, you can. Make sure you have something behind your paper. We don't want to ruin your desk. And then something to color with. I'm using crayons because I really enjoy blending my colors. You can use markers, crayons, colored pencils. If you want to do watercolor and you have that, you're welcome to as well. So you're going to start drawing with pencil. I'm going to start with Sharpie just so you can see it a little better on the video. And we're going to start with a frog. And our frog is also going to be on a lily pad. If you've ever seen Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie, we're kind of going for that cartoon frog version. You can certainly do a more detailed, realistic one if you want. But we're going to start together, kind of wherever you want to put your frog. I'm going to start up here. And we're going to start with two eyes. Two circles or ovals for eyes. We're going to add an iris to our eye. That's the colored part of our eye with another circle inside. And finally, a little pupil is the smallest circle. Now, I also love to add eyebrows to show some expression. After you have your eyes, you're going to add a circle or oval for the body / head of our frog. Sort of looks like a potato shape. And then we're going to add some front legs with some feet. There's our front legs. Looks pretty silly right now, doesn't it? We're also going to add some back legs. And we're going to start near the eye. Sort of up here, we're going to go out, and then in, it gets skinnier at the bottom toward our front legs. And now we're going to add some back feet, which are huge so they can jump really far. Same thing over here. So we're going to draw this candy cane shape that comes in, start near the eye, come out, and then in, it gets skinnier down here, and then their toes, their feet. Now, some of you might have this little open space right here, so we're going to add a line pretending like the feet goes back behind its front legs. And now it's missing a mouth. I'm going to make a very excited mouth. I'm going to start with a line and then make it open, like it's very happy, and I'm going to add a little tongue inside. And if you've ever seen a frog, you know they often have little bumps all over them or designs, so I'm going to add some bumps on its face and also on its legs, just sort of on the back part of the leg. And that'll be more fun to color in later. All right, there's my frog. Now, you can choose to add a lily pad for your frog if you would like. I'm going to add a lily pad oval. It's going to be partly behind my frog. And sometimes lily pads have a little section, sort of like a piece of pie missing, so I'm going to add that as well. Here's my first lily pad. Now I need some lily flowers. Lily flowers are the flowers of different colors that grow from lily pads. If you've ever been to Como Zoo, you might have seen some lily pads in the botanical gardens. Maybe you've seen them in a pond or a lake. We do have them in Minnesota. So our smallest lily pad will be in the back because things get smaller as they get farther away. Medium size in the middle ground, which is the middle. And the foreground, which is in the front, is going to be our largest lily pad. And to draw a lily pad, we start with a U or a smile. And our small one is going to be pretty teeny tiny in the back. Then we're going to add a zigzag. And we're going to add another lily pad. So I'm going to add an oval that's partly behind my flower with a little piece missing. There's my teeny lily pad that's in the background. Now, my lily pad could get more detailed as I get closer to the front, or you can stick with the simple shape. So a little more detailed. My medium one is going to start the same way with a U or a smile shape. And I'm going to add a little more detail this time. I'm going to add a few more zigzags, and they're kind of curved this time. And then I'm going to add a few in the back. Sort of another layer, just to add a little more detail. And then next, of course, my lily pad, oval, the little piece missing. Sort of like a piece of pie. All right, I have one more space for my third and largest lily pad and my most detailed. Remember, you can always stick with this basic shape lily pad. You don't have to get more detailed as you go forward, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to, of course, start with my U, and now I'm going to add some detailed petals. So I'm going to think of like an eye shape, sort of a raindrop shape. You could describe it in different ways. And I'm going to add a few single petals. And then in the back, I'm going to have some more, my second layer. And I'm also going to add little pollen creators on the inside. So I'm going to have a line and a little circle. There's going to be a few of them sticking out from the middle of the flower. And of course, I need my lily pad, oval, and a little missing piece. All right, so those are my 3 lily pads. If you want to add more, you're welcome to. If you want to add another frog, maybe over here, you're welcome to. But next, we're going to add color. And I am using crayons. If you're still adding your drawing, that's fine. You can continue. I'm just going to demonstrate some crayon coloring. I'm going to grab some blues for my water. I have turquoise and dark blue. And I'm going to start by showing some ripples or some waves. So around my lily pad, I'm just going to lightly draw. My blue crayon wants its moment. It's like, my turn. I'm going to draw some ripples around my lily pad, showing movement in my water. And this one needs some too. And then I'm going to add some waves in the background to fill the space. All right, there's my water. Now I'm ready to add some color to my frogs. And you know I love to do blending, so I'm going to grab a few different colors of green. I have lime, medium, and dark green, and I'm going to blend these colors. So I'm going to start with my light green at the top. It's almost yellow, it's so light. There's my yellow green. And now when I want to switch colors, let me zoom in here a little bit. I'm going to put a lighter layer of this lightest color. And then over that light spot, I'm going to overlap my next color. So I grabbed my medium green. And I'm kind of overlapping a little bit. And then from here, oops, I forgot to do a light section, light pressure. Now I can do my darkest green, overlap. And finally, get those little froggy toes. All right, I'm also going to grab, let's see if I can find a black, to color the inside of his mouth with black, and I'm going to do his tongue red. And finally, I'm going to color his eyes. He's going to have turquoise eyes. You can also color your lily pad. And I'm going to blend on my lily pad as well. So here's my light green. I'm going to do lighter pressure. I bet you can guess I'm going to go right to dark green over here and overlap when they meet. All right, you can also do the blending technique with your flowers. I do have a version that's colored I'm going to show you. Are you ready? Here it is. So you can see I blended yellow, orange, red, turquoise, blue, purple, blue, green, yellow, and then red and pink on my tiny one in the back. I also added a little frog friend for him over here. So you're going to finish your coloring. You add as much color as you think is good for you. We all work at different paces, right? You decide for yourself. And when you're done, you post it to Artsonia using our access code. If you can't use Artsonia, then you can either post it to Seesaw, or if you're in 4th and 5th grade, you can email it to me as well.